Well, good morning all. Well, I should say afternoon. But we're up on the hillside chasing those nuggets again. And today we got Jess with me. He's down the creek checking out his spot. We have Tim from Hawaii over here.
Aloha!
And JC, the mining Hawaiian, up here.
How's it going, everybody? Aloha!
Okay, well, today's plan is this area we're working right now is a pretty small area. And it's difficult to have several detectors in a small area because they feed off of each other and you get interference. So my plan today is I'm going to let the Hawaiians have the hill, and I'm going to head down and I'm going to do a bit of pocket hunting. I'm going to see if I can locate an area where, you know, thousands of years ago when this was being eroded away, where the gold might have collected down the hill some. Now, it's pretty steep country in here, so I don't know how much filming I'm going to be able to do, but I'm going to grab the detector and head on down the hill. Well, I just found my first nugget. So, went up, grabbed the camera, brought it down, and it's tough filming in here because I know the camera doesn't do it justice, but I mean, you can barely hang on this hillside. But I did find a nice chunk of gold. Let me show you. So you can see here, a nice chunky little piece. I'm going to put this baby in the bottle so we don't lose it. Now, explain to you what I'm doing here. I found that piece of gold right up here where my tool is. And basically, I'm sure you can hear the river. I'm probably 30 feet over the river. Now what I've done is I've gone down as low as I can go and then start working up. You don't want to work downhill because as you dig and roll rocks, you're just going to have to keep moving them. So you go down as low as you plan on going and then start detecting your way up. That way if you got to roll a rock, it's out of the picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue working on up this. Now, the problem we got with the loop I have a small loop on my detector, which is really good for picking up the fine pieces of gold. But I sacrifice depth for that. So I don't want to spend a lot of time in the deep ground. You know, sure, I'll go over it, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time there. I want to concentrate my effort on areas like this where I've only got, you know, 3 or 4 inches and then I'm on bedrock. That gold that's working its way down is going to be sitting on the bedrock or darn close to it. It's not going to be in the bedrock. It's not going to be like in the river where it's jammed down in a crevice, because it's not being worked by the river. It's just working its way down the hill. So you want to concentrate on areas that your loop can reach to be the most productive. Okay, well, we got us a very faint target right here, which is good because normally the gold will give you a faint target where if it's a nail or something like that, it'll just blast. Okay, well, let's dig her out and see if we can find it. Now, when you're digging on a hillside like this, you have to be real careful that if you pull your target back and it falls down the hill, you're going to lose it. and you're going to think, well, it was just a hot rock or something. So what I like to do is get rid of the rocks, get rid of the big rocks, all the large stuff, and then pull the dirt back to where you make a little shelf. And then you can work off of that shelf. Okay, let's check, see if we got any better or any worse. Okay, looks like we moved it. Now after you check the dirt, don't throw it down the hill. Just move it over a little bit. Problem is I got so many rocks here I can't grab a handful of dirt. All right, we got it. Well, I felt that. 22 bullet. Okay, let's check our hole, make sure that's all that was there. Well, it looks like we got JC slowly detecting towards us. JC's digging away. I'm trying to convince him that there's gold everywhere, but I don't think he believes me. Okay, well, I'm hot, tired, hungry, so I'm going to head over to where Jeff's working, see how he's doing, mainly because that's where I left my lunch. So let's head over and see how Jeff's doing. He's moved all the rocks out of here. I don't know if the camera's showing the rocks that he's moved. He just dug up a little piece of gold right here. That's a nice chunky little piece. JC and I are kind of hanging around to see if he's worth killing, see if he finds another piece.
And I'm the only one with a weapon.
Good point. Well, finished with lunch. So I'm going to leave Jeff to his digging. I'm going to head back over and see if I can find some more gold. Now when you're doing this type of detecting, where the gold has not been placed there by a river, is just being washed towards the river. It's just being eroded out of the old river channel, the ancient channel on the hill above me. It's working its way towards the river. The gold can be anywhere. You don't concentrate on, like you would in a river. It could be stuck in this crevice. It could just as well be out here on this very edge of this rock where it's ready to drop down. It's just heading towards the river. Now, if you have areas where you get more water coming off the hill and it's dug a little bit, you can concentrate on those areas because that has concentrated the gravel for you. But the trick to this type of detecting is look in the hardest spots, because if the area has already been detected, people have a tendency to avoid the tough areas, like that cliff I just climbed up. That nugget screamed, my first nugget screamed. And I'm sure it was still there because nobody hung on that hillside and detected that area. Okay, well, I'm going to put my theory to practice and do a little more detecting here. Getting late, so I got to hurry. Well, after a pretty long dry spell, I just found my second nugget. Just dug it out of right here. It was only a couple inches deep, so it really sounded off. Let me show you this. Okay. Nice chunky little piece. Throw this in the ball with the other one. Love that sound. We're going to get back to detecting. I've been detecting for a good hour and a half, maybe two, and nothing. Did find one nice square nail, but that's it. My legs are starting to give out on me. It's standing on this hillside all day, so I think we're going to detect our way back to Jeff's camp and see if he needs me to do a little detecting. His Goldmaster's having a hard time with the bedrock over there. Okay, well, let's go back over to Jeff's camp. And so I'm back in Jeff's camp, and he had moved a whole bunch of rocks, so his Goldmaster's having a hard time with the bedrock, so I went over with my my machine and got a good signal, and we just dug up another little piece of gold. And he's moving another boulder right now. So as soon as he gets done with that, we'll detect that, and then I'll show you the piece of gold we found. Here's a shot of the boulders just been moving around. That was it. Pretty anticlimactic. Well, now that they got all the rocks out of the way, I'm going to give it a quick once over with the detector, see if they uncovered any more gold. Nothing. Okay, there's Jeff 2 pieces. Well, it's getting late. I'm beat. And looks like everybody's starting to wrap things up. So I think this old guy is going to get everything up, load up the pack, and then take my time and detect my way back to the truck. Now, if I find something on the way to the truck, you can be sure I'll turn the camera on. If not, I'll see you back at the truck. Well, made it back to the truck, and everybody came out alive, and looks like the local boys took this one. Jeff and I got gold.
Tanaka's got skunked, but we are still way ahead in the square nails.
Yeah, they did kick our butt on square nails. Okay, well, we're out of here, so I'll see you guys back at the house.
Aloha.
Back at the house, and you guessed it, it's the next day. Now, that hillside keeps producing gold. Every time I go up there, I come home with something, but I tell you, it's getting a little harder each time. Problem we're running into up there is, I don't know if you noticed in the video or not, but the poison oak is starting to come up pretty good. And this time of year, it's growing like crazy. So I think we might be done on that hillside, at least until the fall when the leaves drop, and plus it starts to cool off. It was getting pretty warm up there. I got my on the high country. Snow's melting back pretty good now. Not a lot of snow left up there. So I'm thinking high country. Let's go give that a shot. Okay, well right now, let's jump over to the scale, see how we did as far as the gold. Okay, I'm going to weigh this in penny weights first because I understand that better. Here's our large piece. 2 3/4 penny weights, not too shabby. And the other chunk, 4.48 penny weight, just under 1/4 ounce. Okay, let's take a look at the grams. Grams, the big one weighed 4.31 grams, all total, just under 7 grams. Almost 1/4 ounce, I'm okay with that. Now, I don't know what Jeff's gold weighs, but I'm thinking with 1/4 ounce, I'm pretty sure I got him beat. So we'll have to check out Jeff's video to see what he did. Okay, well, right now, I got a million things to get done, and I need to get them done so I can go back up in the hills and play. So I'm out of here. You guys have a wonderful day.